thing that the Mueller investigation is really interesting right now. Today, there was this very, very interesting development where basically Mueller went to the courts and said that Paul Manafort, who had made a plea deal that he was going to tell everything he knew in order to get a better sentence, that he was lying to the FBI and to the Mueller's office, so they don't want to give him the lesser sentence. They want to go back and have him sentenced. And Manafort says no, he has told the truth as he knows it. And, you know, it's an interesting situation. The Guardian, the left-wing British paper, ran a story saying that Manafort may have met with Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks guy, who printed a lot of emails that the Russians had cached from Hillary Clinton. So that and he did it just before he joined the campaign. So that would be like a good thing for Mueller, for the people who want to get Trump on some kind of Russian collusion. But Assange says he will bet $1 million with the Guardian. He says everything that has happened to Assange has been recorded because he's stuck in that embassy in Ecuador. So everything has been recorded. Nobody came. The story is completely untrue. And he just dissed the story. But it really is interesting what is happening in the Mueller investigation. There's something like over 50 closed indictments. He obviously has a lot of information. If he can actually go to a court and say that Manafort is lying, he must have other means of finding stuff out. We don't even know at this point, because he went back to the Justice Department and Rod Rosenstein gave him a new brief to follow. We don't even know what Mueller is investigating. Trump is still hammering him. He put out this tweet: the phony witch hunt continues, but Mueller and his gang of angry Dems are only looking at one side, not the other. Wait until it comes out how horribly and viciously they are treating people, ruining lives for them, refusing to lie. Mueller is a conflicted prosecutor, gone rogue. The fake news media builds Bob Mueller up as a saint, when in actuality, he is the exact opposite. He is doing tremendous damage to our criminal justice system, where he is only looking at one side and not the other. And we don't know. For instance, Manafort may be playing for a pardon. He may be saying, if I'm a stand-up guy, I'll get a pardon. We don't know. The one thing we do know is all the stuff that Trump is supposed to have done, fire Mueller, pardon Manafort, all this, hide this, hide that, hasn't been done. I mean, they keep saying he's going to do it. They keep predicting he's going to do it. But so far, Trump has sat on his hands and let the investigation take place, while he sat on one hand. With the other, he is tweeting all this stuff about Mueller. But I want to just play, before we get to Sebastian Gorka, I just want to play this one cut of Alan Dershowitz, who he is a liberal. He was on the show. He says he's a stone liberal, but he has been Trump's supporter in the sense that he has felt that he has been hounded unfairly by both the press and the legal establishment, that the ACLU has covered itself in shame. And so he's been fair. Pardon me, he's been a fair voice so far. And this is what he says about the Mueller investigation.
I think the report is going to be devastating to the president, and I know that the president's team is already working on a response to the report. And so at some point, when the report's made public, and that's a very hard question considering the new attorney general, who has the authority to decide when and under what circumstance to make it public, it will be made public probably with a response alongside. The president will say, look, it's political. There's their account and there's our account. And then the American public will have to judge the credibility.
So, that's Dershowitz, a guy who's been utterly fair about this, saying that this is going to be a devastating report. And I'm pointing out, by the way, that this whole fight about Whitaker at Justice is about whether or not this report is going to be released. Of course, Adam Schiff, the McCarthyite congressman, is going to try everything he can do to get it released if it's as damning as he's predicted it has been. It's going to be a fascinating thing, because we have got a guy, Donald Trump, has stood up for a lot of values of which I approve. He has done a terrific job. He's been right about judges. He's been right about business, about regulation. He's been right about Israel. He's been right about how to fight ISIS. He's been right about so many things that the left has gotten tangled in their own political correctness and stupidity. But there's no question that he's a great big character with great big character flaws, and that those flaws may ruin even the truth that he speaks. And so we're going to have to instantiate the values that we believe in, even if he gets himself in trouble. And we'll find out.